Next, we have to see the reactions involving the retention of diazo group. That means diazo group is not removed. Diazo indicates two nitrogen. Now, such reactions are called coupling reactions. Coupling reactions. Usually, dyes are formed in these reactions. There is extended conjugation in these compounds, dyes. So, greater delocalization is observed in the case of dyes. According to molecular orbital theory, molecules possess excited states, high energy states, and resonance stabilizes the excited state also. Just like the ground state, resonance can stabilize the excited state. So, suppose this is the ground state, and since resonance stabilizes excited state, its energy becomes lowered. This is excited state. Now, electron may be transferred from a ground state to the excited state. Now, since excited state is stabilized, the energy difference between ground and excited state becomes lower, and that may fall in the visible region of the spectrum. Now, color of a compound is mainly due to two aspects. One, the compound which is colored will reflect the particular color and absorb all colors. That is one mechanism. So, if the compound is red in color, the red color may be due to the reflection of red color and absorption of all other colors of Vizier. Now, another mechanism is that the compound will absorb a specific color and will reflect all other colors. So, when 7 colors are mixed, white light is obtained. But when one color is removed from Vizier, the resultant color will be a mixture of the remaining colors, and this is called complementary color, and the compound may be appearing in the complementary color. So, these are the two mechanisms for a color formation. Now, there is a dye called malachite green, and this dye reflects green color and absorbs all other colors. Now, if the color absorbed is violet, then the remaining colors can mix together to give yellow-green color. If blue light is absorbed by a substance, the remaining colors, 6 colors, can mix together to give yellow color to the substance. If greenish blue color is absorbed, its radiation is absorbed, then the compound appears red. If green is absorbed, then purple color is obtained. Usually, a group of radiations, a collection of radiations are absorbed by a molecule because so many electrons may be transferred to different energy states, excited states, and so a range of colors are absorbed. And then the resultant color called a complementary color. Or the color forming mechanism may be that it reflects only one color and absorbs all other colors. Example, malachite green, I have told you earlier, reflects green light, absorbing almost all other colors. Now, dyes are colored compounds because of their extended conjugation. Now, preparation of two dyes here mentioned, and for writing equations for a coupling reaction, we can choose this particular canonical structure of benzene diazonium chloride or any diazonium salt. C6H5N double bond N single bond Cl. Now, reaction with the phenol, the para hydrogen atom of phenol combines with the chlorine, removing HCl, and we get N double bond N connected to para position of phenol, and this is para hydroxy azobenzene. So azobenzene is so much portion. Para hydroxy azobenzene. Now it is an orange dye. Now if aniline is used, then the para hydrogen atom combines with the Cl, producing, we can say, para amino azobenzene. It is yellow in color. So these are two examples for a coupling reaction. Now convert 4-nitrotoluene to 2-bromo-benzoic acid. 2-bromo-benzoic acid. Now 4-nitrotoluene or a para-nitrotoluene, their position 2 and 6, they are equivalent, and these positions are meta with respect to nitro group, and nitro group is meta directing. And these two positions are ortho with respect to methyl group, and methyl group, due to its hyperconjugation, develops negative charges at the positions 2 and 6, which are called ortho positions. So electrophilic substitution can occur either at position 2 or at position 6. We get the same isomer. Now first of all, bromination is done using bromine and anhydrous ferric bromide. We get bromine at position 2. Then it is necessary to remove nitro group. For removal of nitro group, you have to reduce it first to amino group, then diazotize it to N2Cl, and then the N2Cl group has to be replaced by hydrogen, and this can be achieved by hypophosphorus acid H3PO2 or ethanol. Now it is a redox reaction. So first of all, this derivative is reduced using tin and HCl, NO2 converted to NH2. Then diazotization, NaNO to HCl below 5 degrees Celsius. We get N2Cl. Then ethanol reaction. See, ethanol is oxidized to CH3CHO, 1H atom here and 1H atom here are removed, and N2 gas is removed. 1H combines with the Cl and 1H combines with the para position, so an H here is formed. Now the next stage is oxidation of this compound using alkaline KMnO4, and since alkali is one reagent, we get the corresponding sodium salt of the carboxylic acid, which on acidification can give the corresponding acid. So alkaline KMnO4, then acidification, we get the free acid, that is 2-bromo-benzoic acid. Now there is another conversion, convert 3-methyl aniline to 3-nitrotoluene. The compounds are shown here, 1, 2, 3. 3-methyl aniline to 3-nitrotoluene. 3-nitro, it is NO2 here. So it is 1, 2, 3, 3-nitro, or we can count from here 1, 2, 3, 3-nitro. So preference is given here to methyl group. So this is carbon 1, this is carbon 2, this is carbon 3, 3-nitrotoluene. Now here, simple thing is NH2 group has to be replaced by NO2 group, and for this diazotization is the procedure. Amino group is converted to N2Cl by reaction with NaNO2 HCl below 5 degrees Celsius. N2Cl group is formed. then this is treated with the hydrofluoroboric acid or fluoroboric acid simply. Now HNCl combined with HCl and we get N2BF4, N2 positive, BF4 negative, because Cl is removed as Cl negative here and H is removed as H positive. So positive H combining with negative Cl. When Cl negative is removed, N2 gets a positive charge. When H positive is removed, BF4 gets a negative charge, and this compound is called diazonium fluoroborate. There is a methyl group. Then it is reacted with sodium nitrite and copper powder and heated. What happens? NO2 group enters in place of N2 positive. So N2 is removed minus N2. Then NO2 enters here, N2 is removed, BF4 negative and Na are present here. So we can write Na BF4. Of course, it may split into NF and BF3. So we get 3-nitrotoluene. Now account for the following reactions or observations. Ethyl and amine is soluble in water, whereas aniline is insoluble. Now ethylamine C2H5NH2 has got a smaller alkyl group and it is non-polar, and their NH2 group can undergo hydrogen bond formation with water, and the energy resulted after hydrogen bond formation is sufficiently high so that this is soluble in water. Whereas C6H5NH2 contain a bulky large C6H5 group which is non-polar and the hydrogen bonding force cannot overcome the interaction between C6H5 groups in aniline, that is the van der Waals interaction or London forces. So if in the solute there is greater interaction between the solute particles than the interaction or attraction between solute and solvent, then it will be insoluble. So aniline molecules are highly associated or attracted together by the London forces operating between the highly sized polar C6H5 groups, and this overweighs the hydrogen bonding force, and so larger the non-polar group, lower will be the solubility. Now arrange the following in decreasing order of pKb values. Now pKb is negative log Kb, or we can say it is 1 by log Kb. Log 1 by Kb it is. Log 1 by Kb. So as Kb increases, negative log Kb decreases or pKa decreases. pKb decreases. pKb equals negative log Kb, log 1 by Kb. In short, as pKb value decreases, that means as Kb increases, the basicity increases. So which one will be having the lowest pKb value? That will be the highest basic compound. Now diethylamine has a pKb value of 2.91 and ethylamine 3.35, C6H5NHCS3 9.15 and C6H5NH2 9.42. So from these values we find that diethylamine is most basic among the four. Then second position to ethylamine, then third position to N-methyl aniline and least to aniline. Now here in the case of diethylamine, the approximate shape of the molecule is shown here. These two ethyl groups can undergo steric repulsion, that is one thing, so that this angle will be widened. These groups will try to move apart and this angle will be widened. But there is lone pair bond pair interaction which is stronger. This is the strongest, it is stronger than the first bond pair interaction, and so this high lone pair bond pair interaction will be trying to bring together the bonds. So two opposing forces, due to steric repulsion of the ethyl groups, the bond angle is getting widened, and due to lone pair bond pair repulsion, the bond angle is getting decreased. So these opposing forces can be avoided if this lone pair is converted to a bond pair, and this is possible by reaction with the H positive, so that we get NH positive. So that's a driving force. Steric repulsion is a driving force for association with a proton. So that will increase the basic nature of diethylamine. And again, the two ethyl groups can show plus I effect. So there is two plus I effects of two ethyl groups that will increase the electron density around nitrogen. Now when we come to the case of ethylamine, the plus effect is only due to one ethyl group, and again there is no steric repulsion which favors the lone pair to be converted to a bond pair by coordination with the H positive. So naturally we can assume that ethylamine is less basic than diethylamine. Now aromatic amines are less basic than aliphatic amines, and that is due to the involvement of the lone pair over nitrogen in resonance with the benzene ring. Now in the case of N-methyl aniline, where one H atom of aniline is replaced by methyl group, and this is a bulky group compared to hydrogen. Now these two ortho hydrogens are present on the benzene ring. This methyl group can repel this hydrogen. So the NH methyl group will rotate slightly in a plane away from the benzene ring, so that there is a slight rotation of the plane containing NH methyl group. So this slight rotation makes an angle with the plane of the benzene ring. So the plane of this NH methyl group and the plane of benzene ring will be at a very small angle. So that small angle prevents partially the resonance of the lone pair of electron with the benzene ring. Now for resonance to occur completely, planarity of the group and the benzene ring is necessary. In the case of aniline, the NH2 group is planar with the benzene ring. Whereas here, the plane containing this group is making a small angle with the plane containing this benzene ring. So resonance is partially prevented. That means the lone pair is slightly more available for donation to H positive. That means the lone pair is slightly more ready to form bond with the H positive, so that the basicity of this compound is slightly greater than the basicity of aniline, and hence the order will be aniline less basic than N-methyl aniline, then comes ethyl aniline, and the last diethyl aniline, which is the strongest base. So steric effect is important here. The methyl and this hydrogen can interact sterically, making a slight rotation of the plane containing this NH methyl group with the benzene ring, so that there is slight prevention of resonance of the lone pair of nitrogen with the benzene ring. Now if you are having one more methyl group, then that methyl can interact sterically with this hydrogen, so that there is a greater extent of out of plane motion of the group containing N dimethyl group, plane containing N and dimethyl group, and so there is greater prevention of resonance and higher the basicity. So N and dimethyl aniline will be more basic than N-methyl aniline. Now arrange the bases in the decreasing order of base strength: C6H5NH2, C6H5NCH3 twice, C2H5 twice NH, and CH3NH2. Now between C2H5 twice NH and CH3NH2, we can produce the reasoning in the previous question, that is steric effect of two ethyl groups. And then the lone pair repulsion, these two opposing forces, nitrogen atom being ready to donate its lone pair so as to convert the lone pair into a bond pair with H positive, so that the lone pair bond pair repulsion is minimized and the bond angle is slightly widened, decreasing the steric repulsion and enhancing the basicity, and again the plus effect of two alkyl groups, ethyl groups, etc. And methylamine contain only one alkyl group, and again there is no steric effect. So diethylamine will be having a higher basicity or a lower pKb value of 2.91. For methylamine it is 3.38. Now as in the case of N-methyl aniline, N and dimethyl aniline, there this methyl sterically interacts with this hydrogen, this methyl sterically interacts with this hydrogen, and so this plane containing the N dimethyl group will slightly rotate. There is more rotation than in the case of N-methyl aniline, so there is a little more prevention of resonance of the lone pair of nitrogen with the benzene ring, so that there is a little more availability of the lone pair to coordinate with the H positive, and so the basicity of N and dimethyl aniline is greater than that of aniline. So the order will be, the least one is aniline, and then comes what, N and dimethyl aniline, then methyl amine, and diethylamine. So that is the order. So this will be having maximum, and then second comes methyl amine, then comes N and dimethyl aniline, and lastly aniline. Now arranged in the increasing order of basic strength: aniline, para-nitroaniline, and para-toluidine. See, para-toluidine, toluene, that is C6H5CH3 is toluene, and toluidine indicates NS2 group in the para position. So NS2, then in the para position, the methyl group, it is called a para-toluidine. Then aniline and para-nitroaniline. The pKb values are given for para-toluidine 8.88 and for aniline 9.42 and for para-nitroaniline it is 12.98. So from these values it is evident that para-toluidine is the most basic, and then second comes aniline and para-nitroaniline being the least basic. Now in the case of toluidine, para-toluidine, the methyl group can exert hyperconjugation, and hyperconjugation, the CH bond shifts in this direction. Valency of this carbon changes to 5. To maintain the valency to 4, this bond, the pi bond will be shifting in this direction. The valency of this carbon increases to 5. To maintain the valency, this pair of electron will go into the orbital of this carbon. This pair of electron cannot go in between this nitrogen and carbon, because a pair of nitrogen cannot have a valency equal to 5. Here one orbital of nitrogen is occupied by a lone pair. So one orbital here, then two orbitals for 2 hydrogen atoms, then one orbital for bond formation with this carbon. So we cannot write the arrow like this so as to form a double bond here, because nitrogen has a maximum valency of 4. So this pi bond will be shifting in this direction, in the sense the pi electron will be entering into the orbital over this carbon. The orbital which makes the pi bond here, the carbon which provides the orbital for a pi bond formation, will take up both the electrons in that orbital, and we get a negative charge, and this will induce electron density towards nitrogen, and so the lone pair of nitrogen will be more available for coordination with a proton H positive. So para-toluidine is more basic than aniline. And then para-nitroaniline, there is extended conjugation. We say this electron pair forms a bond pair here, and the valency of carbon becomes 5. To maintain the valency, this pi bond will be shifting in this direction. The valency of this carbon becomes 5. To maintain its valency 4, this pi bond will be shifting in this direction. Then the valency of nitrogen becomes 5. To make it 4, this pi electron pair will be shifting over oxygen. The sense this electron pair as a whole is taken up by the orbital which forms bond with the nitrogen. So the pi electron pair will be moving into the orbital of the oxygen atom. So we get negative charge here, positive charge here, and so on. So anyway, there is extended conjugation in the sense the electron pair movement goes into the nitro group. So the availability of lone pair over the NS2 group over the nitrogen in the NS2 group is very much less than in aniline or para-toluidine, or para-nitroaniline will be the least basic one, and second position to aniline, and the most basic compound being para-toluidine. So para-toluidine the most basic, then comes aniline, and para-nitroaniline the least basic compound. So that is enough. Thank you.